Welcome on in, Keldeo fans. It is I, your leader, Mr. Muffin himself, bringing you the week 2 pick'em. So I woke up this morning, I saw a lot of people wanted to do pick'em, so I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to give you a very scuff rundown of the pick'em for week 2. Week 3 onwards, I will put more of an effort to make it visually appealing and all that, but I literally have so much to do, so I was like, screw it. You get what you get, and you be happy with it. Okay. Yeah, anyway, tangent aside, week 2, let's do this thing. So starting off with our week 2 game, we have Loyal versus Dewey, a very interesting matchup. Speed tiers are actually decent on both sides. Dewey did change their team a little bit as well, so they picked up the Ogerpon I dropped from last week. That absolutely killed it. First, like a general thoughts on this, I think it'll be very interesting. I think Ariados is a great way to kind of set up webs to slow down the opposing team a lot more. Do I remember what hazard removal Loyal has? No, I do not. Do they have any? I don't think they do, looking at the team right now. One big thing Dewey has to be wary of is obviously the Kilowattrel Terror as well as the Sneasler. Both of those can go really hard if unchecked, but in turn, Urshifu Single and Ogerpon, if unchecked, can also be an absolute terrorize, can terrorize the entire team. With Blood Moon as well, for extra good measure. Honestly, not sure what both teams bring, but whatever they bring, I know will be a good battle. If I am to pick one team, looking at this now, I have no idea who I'd pick. I'd probably go... really think I'd probably go Dewey's team. Not to say Loyal can't do it, because I definitely think they can. See, this is the issue, because I know both of these players. I'm like, if I pick one, will the other one be bad? I don't know. To me, the Dewey's team just kind of screams out, hey, I can definitely do this. I mean, Kilowattrel is something that can be very, very scary against Dewey, but I feel like maybe you bring Colossal, maybe you bring Goldango to try and minimize the damage they can do. Possibly that could work. I mean, the more I think about it, it could literally go either way, because Loyal also has a really good team against it. I'm gonna make my mind, because it's supposed to be a speed pick. I'm gonna stick with my gut. I'm gonna go Dewey. You know, Loyal, I love you, bro. And you can definitely prove me wrong. This is just my morning brain trying to work. And guess what? Everyone loves my shit takes. So welcome to Muffin can't decide on who will win. Anyway, next up we have Agar versus Dero. Dero, you're amazing, but Agar has this in the bag. I'm sorry, Agar's. I feel like this will be pick'em nearly every week, because Agar's team is just absolutely destructive. I mean, you have Polt, you have Bundle. This team absolutely walls. This team runs through your team like no tomorrow. Look at that speed gap. Polt doesn't even need max speed, and will still outspeed 90% of your team. So you can just go bulky Polt, bulky Bundle. I don't think even with your Terror Captains it helps at all. I think this is genuine. This looks like a one-sided battle to me, and that one side is Agar. A little bit of an easier pick, if you can tell, but look, honestly, Corviknight could very much be a good play here, especially just a more bulkier Corviknight with like body press bulk up. That could definitely work. Clefairy, I think, will also be a very important bring to this as well. I think, yeah, no, definitely think if you can get screens up and maybe have something as a setup mon, you could definitely just absolute go through this team. But like maybe Volcarona can pull something out. I mean, you have literally the emo father and emo child against each other. So maybe you do an emo off, see who is better. I do think out of all your Terror Captains, I think the most useful one will probably be Lucario. I don't see Golem doing much, and I don't see Seneconda doing as much either. I think Lucario is definitely your captain to go, and I think Rotom Wash is also a really good nice pick in this matchup, just because it can hit a lot of things quite nicely. But that is that team. Like I said, this is a speed run. What do you want? In-depth analysis on everything? Guess what? That's not how I roll. Anyway, we have me versus my opponent, Aaron. I'm not literally gonna talk too much about my team, but they got changed. They have Alola Ninetales now, and they also picked up Thundy T. Great pick for both of them. They definitely needed that. Why did you have to do this against me? Why couldn't you just do one more week with the other team? I'm scared. They should be scared. We're both terrified, but I'm going to root for my opponent because I'm absolute trash and I choke 90% of my games. So good work, my opponent. This is probably a free W for you and probably a massive L for me, and I'm going to get bullied. Anyway, next up, we have Brooks versus Ninja. We have the Sun team versus the not Sun team anymore. Finally, they got rid of all their fire types. Much, much needed. If I am speed, like I said, if I'm talking too fast, guess what? I'm Australian. Slow this video down. You have the effort. Don't be lazy. Anyway, looking at this matchup, I think... Oh, honestly, the speed tiers aren't that bad to one another. I definitely think Ninja brings something Scarf for this team. But I also think Chi will can have a field day if not with the proper checks. Maybe a very specially defensive Gliscor, maybe a specially defensive Vaporeon, maybe even Carbink just to sit on the field. I definitely can see Dugtrio coming though. I think there's a lot of things in this battle that Dugtrio can literally come in and trap. If they're not careful. What else? Third be funny. But yeah, no, I think Ogerpon, between Ogerpon, Val, Walking Wake, and Chi-Yu, the stupidest team I've ever seen drafted. Who allowed this person to do it? And I mean by stupid good, not stupid bad. Don't roast me in the comments. I do think I have to give it to Brooks here. I think Ninja definitely has can do it, but they had their workout cut for them in prep. I think just overall, I think Brooks has the stronger team in this matchup. Anyway, we have Mingo versus Vortex. This battle is so important because Vortex literally ruined Mingo's playoff run, and it was hilarious. Shout out to Store Power Clefable in Gen 7. Looking at this team now, once again, I think it could go either way. It will probably definitely come down to prep. I think Zamazenta is a very important Pokemon here, but in saying that, you know, you do have Dusknoir to be very careful of, and you might be thinking, Dusknoir? What is Dusknoir gonna do against X, Y, and Z? Well, I mean, if the thing gets burnt, what is it? It's now a burnt doggo. It's not as good. And if you try an Iron Defense Body Press, guess what? 5 times can't hit Ghost types forehead. This is simple type matchups. Yes, I'm literally unhinged. I have chosen balance this morning. So I definitely think Mingo has to watch out for that. Vesendivity is going to, I think, could definitely be a bring here. I think, but mainly because I just want to see Vesendivity start slapping things with beat up Toxic Chain. I don't think Avalon comes. I don't think... Oh, Avalon could come just because it is defensively really beefy. But you do have to be very careful of like the Jolteons and the Boomburst Noivern and the Boomburst Toxicities, things, and the Gardevoirs, things like that. I generally think that if Mingo's bringing a team, it's Shen Pao, Tornadus, and Zamc. And if Vortex is bringing a team, I think because they have a bigger team, they have more range Pokemon. But I think Dusknoir might probably come in general just because it is a fabulous Pokemon in this matchup. If you really think hard about it. This Decidueye also can definitely come, just mainly because it's a stupid move. Slap a Scarf on it, maybe can outspeed. Not sure, I haven't done the calcs, because why do calcs when I can just eyeball it? Palafin will probably come, and same with Jolteon. So that's what I'm kind of expecting to see in both those battles. I think it'll be a very hyped battle. I think it'll be a very intense battle, and I think both of them will do absolutely amazing. And then finally, the last one is Derpster versus Momo, the two GOATs, in my opinion. Honestly, off the bat, it's going to be an interesting one. Enormous has an okay matchup in this. But, you know, what we saw in the first week with Derpster and the Belly Ball, anything can happen. I mean... Momo did have a terrible week 1 with getting absolutely stalled out by Cresselia, but guess what? There's no Cresselia and there's no stall here, so we'll see what happens. Klefki screens can definitely be helpful to try and allow Darkrai and Electrode slap late game, but Meloetta Terra is always something that you have to be prepared for, as well as Ogerpon as well. Overall, I think if I had to pick one of them, I'm gonna... Momo, I absolutely appreciate you. I absolutely adore you, but I gotta go Derpster. I think Derpster has just a better team in general in this matchup, and I think that they could possibly win. But Momo, I'm not saying that you can out because you can definitely surprise me. That is pretty much all the pick'ems in one. I actually destroyed this in about 9 minutes. So if you disagree, if you agree, let me know down in the comments because I will definitely read them and I will definitely respond. Other than that, yeah, that is the Keldeo division out, and have a lovely rest of your day, everyone. Peace.